friends, it's Melissa from White Castle with Books, and this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a little while. In fact, when I originally started this channel, I thought that the BookTube newbie tag, at first I thought that you were supposed to just give 20 some odd facts about yourself. So I had written and compiled a list of facts about me that I thought might be interesting or unusual, and then I found out that the BookTube tag had a specific set of questions, so I did that one. But I would just like to do 27 facts about me because it's almost my birthday and I'm turning 27. So here are 27 facts about me that you might not guess. The first fact is this is not my first YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel that I no longer am active on that is called Beauty by Nature, and I did some beauty videos, some like hair tutorials and face mask tutorials, but I mostly just had cooking tips on there. I had ways that you could use whole wheat flour to make different things like pie crust, and I had other recipes on there that I would show you how to make. And I just think it's really funny that I already had that channel. I ended up not pursuing that because it wasn't what I loved to talk about and loved to do. It was just kind of something I tried out. So yeah, I have a different YouTube channel. Fact number 2 is I was part of a scholarship program in a little music school in my hometown, and I was one of the lead singers in a band for 9 months, which was an incredible experience that I absolutely loved. Fact number 3 is I love to write songs. Specifically, I love to write lyrics for songs, and I can also put them to a melody. I'm not really as good at putting chords to that, but I can write the lyrics and then the melody, and I have done that a whole bunch. I have piles of lyrics that I've written. Fact number 3 is I love to paint walls. If I can find some, I'll put a couple of pictures in the slide, but I painted this wall, and it seems like everywhere we live I want to paint the walls. I painted murals on the walls in our old home, which was probably one of the hardest things for me to leave because I felt like I was just leaving a piece of me behind in the house. I had spent weeks on these walls in my kids' room, but it's just a thing. I know as soon as we have another house, I'm going to want to paint the walls. I've already mentioned this a couple times on my channel, but fact number 5 is I have 2 children. I have a daughter who is 5 years old. Her name is Elizabeth, and I have a son who is 2, and his name is Thomas, and they are crazy, rambunctious, and absolutely wonderful, and they are the main joys in my life, along with my husband, who I love very much. Fact number 6 is that I love castles, which is probably already obvious, but because we live in a little trailer right now, and sometimes that can be extremely challenging, I started to take the perspective that and just kind of like imagine that we were living in a castle instead, which is kind of where the name came from for this channel. But I love imagining that we're in a castle instead of a trailer, just because then all of the challenges that can come along with living in a trailer, like how it's really drafty, a lot of the time our water will freeze and we won't have running water, I will immediately just think to myself, oh, it's just because we're living in a castle, and castles don't have the same modern conveniences and comforts. And it really helps me keep a positive attitude right now as we are living in this small space with different challenges that come with it. And yeah, that was part of the inspiration for this channel as well. Fact number 7 is I love the French language. I don't really speak French. I've studied it a teeny bit using the app Duolingo, but I do not speak French very well. I just absolutely love the way it sounds and the way that it feels to make the sounds in your mouth. I think French is a beautiful language. Fact number 8 is I love performing arts, and specifically theater. I did theater, I've done theater just a couple of times in community theaters back in my hometown, and if I could pick a second dream outside of being an author, it would be to be on the stage performing in plays. Fact number 9 is I love graphology, which is the study of handwriting and the secret messages that are hidden inside of our handwriting that we don't know about. And if you're interested in that at all, there's a whole bunch of resources on YouTube you can find, or there are also lots of books out there that talk about graphology, and it's just a really fascinating thing that I kind of picked up on a couple of years ago. Fact number 10 is I also love the study of body language. I don't really know what that's called, but I've watched several documentaries on it, and I have books that I've listened to and read on body language, and I feel like it's not only just really fascinating to understand that for personal interaction, but it's also really useful when you're a writer and you want to be able to convey emotions without just telling them, and body language can help with that as well. So yeah, I love studying body language. Fact number 11 is I did 14 years of ballet. Fact number 12 is I did 9 years of piano. Fact number 13 is I have a goal to someday be able to free dive down to at least 30 feet and have a breath hold time of 3 minutes. I love swimming, which is something that I didn't discover until a couple of years ago because I never really knew how to swim, but I took some lessons when I was like 25, and I loved swimming. So I would love to be able to learn to free dive if we ever live in a place where I can really work on that. That is one of my goals. Fact number 14 is I was homeschooled from the middle of 3rd grade on until I went to college for a couple of years. Fact number 15 is I love to bake. I usually make all of our breads, including I make our tortilla shells, and I make our regular bread, and I make our hamburger buns. Anything that is made with flour, I usually make it from scratch, so like noodles and stuff like that. I absolutely love doing that. Fact number 16 is I have scoliosis, which is severe. Well, mine is severe. It's curvature of the spine, so instead of my back being quite straight like most people or having just a little bit of curve to it, my back looks more like this. Let me see if I can make an S here. And it is quite severe. In fact, when I was first diagnosed, the doctors wanted to do a major back surgery, but we decided to go a different route. So yeah, my back looks just like an S. Fact number 17 is I have struggled with anxiety all of my life, but I've never actually gone to a doctor to get diagnosed. I just know, based on what other people have told me and what I've read, that I have probably a fairly severe anxiety problem. Fact number 18 is that I was born in Oregon and raised in Utah. Fact number 19 is something that I've also talked about a lot on this channel, but my husband and I purchased a couple of chunks of land back in Utah that we were working to pay off, and that is my dream land because I actually grew up right next to it and also playing on that property with 40 acres that my grandparents owned, and then all of the next field, which is what we now own most of, and we used to play on it all the time growing up. And I used to dream that someday I would be able to live on either some of my grandparents' land or something really close, and then when it actually happened, it was like this incredible childhood dream come true that I just, in a way that I had never seen coming. Fact number 20 is that I did not have a smartphone until about 5 months ago. I did have a phone, a regular phone, but it was a flip phone, but I didn't join the smartphone community until I was 26 years old. Fact number 21 is that I love animals. Growing up, I've had 3 different horses, not at the same time, but as I was growing up I had 3 different horses, and I love horses. They're my favorite animal, but I also really love dogs, and hopefully eventually when we're on our property we will be able to own more animals again. Fact number 22 is that I have written 4 books. I've written 4 books, but they're only the first draft of that book, and then they're different books, and then I'm currently working on my 5th book, and hopefully this is the one that I will kind of polish off instead of just moving on to the next project without even editing. But yeah, I've almost written 5 novels. Fact number 23 is that in the Myers-Briggs personality test, I am a protagonist. How novel! And my acronym is ENFJ, which stands for that I'm an extrovert, I'm intuitive, that I am feeling, and that I am judging. Fact 24 is that I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. Fact 25 is that I love to draw. Fact 26 is that out of the 5 love languages in the 5 love language book, my main love language is actually words of affirmation. So be nice in those comments. And fact number 27 is that my biggest dream is to be a published author. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to self-publish or try to go to the traditional route at this point. But either way, I'm really excited about this dream, and it is my main focus outside of being a mother and a wife. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of 27 facts about me. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you have any videos that are similar, I would love to see them, so please put them in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.